阿弥陀佛，阿弥陀佛，阿弥陀佛！世界
Amitabha,
各地的莲花童子们，大
Karma
家
Kumaras
晚
all
上
around the
好，平
world.
安，
Good
晚
morning,
上
good
吉祥。
afternoon, good
我是
evening.
今天这节
I
课
am
的主持
today's
人，莲花美
host
金
for
主
this
教。我
lesson.
来自英国真都北大
Lotus
寺，
Meeping from
很
the
高兴再
UK.
次透过 Zoom、YouTube
I'm
以
very
及
happy to
Facebook 与
once
世界各
again
地的同门一起在
um,
线上共同
gather
学
with
习
everyone
佛教
over
法
the
坛。
various
今
online
天是
channels to
2026年的7月
attend
24
tonight's
日。
lesson as
现在
part of
是
Sacred
台湾
Chants
时
of
间的
Buddhism.
晚上7
And
点
it's right
五
now
十九
Taiwan
分，
time,
欢迎大家
7:51
再次
p.m. at
回
night.
到真佛宗宝果大
Welcome
全第八
everyone
门课佛
back
教反拜。
to this
那今晚
course.
呢，我们将继续学习
And
第四
tonight we
章
are
佛
going to
前大
continue
供
to
人
learn
生位与往生位互换。
practical chapter
今天呢，我们要
4, part
进行
2
的
on
是
the
第二
longevity
节
altar.
延伸位回向唱诵及
And
法
we
器
will
应用。那今晚
cover
呢，我们依
the
然恭
longevity
请释尊
altar,
位上师慈悲为
chanting
大
and the
家
use
授
of
课。
Dharma instruments.
在课
And we
程
will
结束
invite
后
Master
呢，
Lianwei
也欢迎
to
大家到真
guide
风全
everyone.
球网络同
And
修的
we
YouTube
warmly
频道
welcome
观看
everyone
课程回
to
播。那大
go
家
to
也
the
可以
YouTube
登录真佛
channel
网络
by
Life 的
True
网
Buddha
址，
Foundation's
并
Education
下载
Department after
今
the
天的
lesson
课
to
程
watch
教材以
the
及音
replay of the
档影
lessons if you
片，
need to,
方便大家在
and
课后
the
可以反复的
links
练习。
to the various audio
那如果大
files
家已经
associated with
准
this
备好
lesson
了，
will
欢
be
迎在留
posted.
言区打上
Um,
111，让我们
if
一
you
起
have
理解
already
今晚
prepared
的内容。
yourself, you can type in 111 in the
那在课
Zoom
前呢，我
chat
也先提醒
to
大家，今晚课程结束
welcome
后
tonight's
同样设
class.
有释疑解惑
And
的
at
环
the
节。
end of the
如
lesson
果大家
today,
在
there
课
will be
程
a
学习
question and
过程
answer
中，对
segment.
于唱诵
If you
法
have
器、延
any
伸位回
questions
向 或
regarding the
者实
chanting, the
际
use of
法
Dharma
操作有
instruments,
任何的疑问，都欢迎
or
在 Zoom 或者
the
YouTube 的
practical
留言区
aspect
留言，
of
我们
conducting
将
these
恭请释
rituals,
源位
the
上师
longevity
慈
altar,
悲
merit
为大家
dedication.
解答。
Please
那在
feel
这
free
里
to
我
type
也
in your
再次欢
questions,
迎
and the
护理
TBS or U
Zoom
team
的
will
学
collect the
员讲师
questions
们，把您的
and
名
post
称修
them.
改为您的法号，
If
来
it's
自于国
convenient for
家以
you,
及
please turn
教
on
材，
your
方
video
便世界各
camera
地的
and
同
rename
门，
your
大家可
profiles
以互相认
to
识。
type in your Dharma
也
name
欢迎大
and
家
your
打开
country of
线上
residence
投
to
影
allow
片，
everyone
与
else
今
to
晚
get
主
to
持
know
人的
you.
课程一
And
起
we
共
welcome
同学
everyone
习。
to learn
那么
together.
在课程今天正式开
And
始之前呢，我
before
们
the
一起
class
回顾一下莲位
formally
上师
commences,
上周课程
let's
的
go
重
over
要
what
内容。
Master Lianwei covered during the
首
last
先
lesson.
呢，上师根据
First of all,
近期的开始，
she,
特别提醒
based
我
on
们在每一次持咒
Our
诵经的
Master's
时候，
Dharma
都要以恭
discourses,
敬不
she
断绝的
reminded
心
us
来
that
修
we need
持。
to
上师提
chant
醒说，请你
mantras
开始
with
把
a
每一
reverent,
个字、每一
focused
句咒
mind,
语都要
and
清楚、分明
every
的念诵出来。
syllable
持
needs to
咒
be
最重要
clearly
的是要有
articulated.
心，
The
本
most
尊下
important
面，
in mantra
同时
chanting
每
is
一
to have
句
it
都要念
imprinted
得
on our
清晰
hearts,
明白，我们
and
才
so
能
that we
真正感
can
受到持
connect
咒
with
的
our
力量。
idioms.
那相信这
And
也是
we
我
need
们
to
每
have a
一
clear
位修
understanding
行
of what we
人
are doing
在
so
日
that
常修持中
um,
都值得时时
it
提
will be
醒自己的地
efficacious.
方。
And in our daily life,
那接下来我们再回顾上周的主要课程内容。上周
let's
莲位
also
上师为我们
cover,
讲解了
revise a
延
little
伸
bit
位
on
与
what
往生
was
位的
covered during
开
the
设
last
与修
lesson.
持。那上师
She
提
went
到
over
延伸
the
位与往生位
installation
并不
of
只是
the
法会中摆
longevity
放
altar and the
的
deliverance
一
altar.
块牌位，
And
而
it's
是
not
蕴含着佛
just
法慈悲利他的
an
精
altar
义，
with
也
tablets,
是名扬两地
but
的
it's
重要修持。
to
其中啊，
make
延伸位
manifest
与
that
往生位的
compassionate
安设，
spirit of
都是以
Buddhism
所愿对境为核心，再配合主尊的招请、观
to
想设
help
持、
the
正
intended
念持诵、
recipients.
反拜
And the
唱
mantra
赞，
recitation,
以及
together the
上画面
chanting
共
and
同
also
完
the
成的
dedication
完整
help
而不忙的
to
修持。
form a
那透过
complete
如
ritual
理如
procedure.
法的安
And
慰
when
供
carried
养
out in
回
accord
向，
with
我
the
们可以
Dharma,
为杨氏
we
众
will
生
be
祈
able
愿消
to
灾解厄，
pray
征
for
服永
the
寿，
eradication of
但也可以
disasters
为
for the
听
living
法会
and
报
to
名的
extend
受
their
持众生
lifespans.
祈愿离
We
苦
can
得乐，
also help
超生
the
净土。
registered spirits of the
透过
Dharma
上
Assembly
周
to pray for their
的
vital
课
deliverance
程，大家应该都对
and
法会
departure
的
from suffering.
都有所
And
了
I'm
解。
sure now, by now, everyone will
在
be
这里
very
是
clear
想跟大
of
家
the
做一
being
个小
deities
小
of
的
the Long Shakti altar and deliverance
互
altar.
动，请
Just a
请问
small
大家记得
interaction with
上
everyone
次
to
上
just
周
remember
问我们
what
衍
Master
生
taught.
位的主尊
And
是哪一
she
位？
asked Who
如果
is the
知
main
道
deity
的，
of the
请大
longevity
家
altar?
举
If you
手档
know
上
the
来。
answer, please
请
type
问
it in
延
the
伸位
Zoom
的
chat.
主尊是
Who is the
哪一
main
位呢？
deity of the longevity altar?
大家在课程结束之后，是否有看回播
Did
以及
you revise the
再复习
lesson
课程
after
呢？对，
the
就
class
是
ended?
药师佛。
Yes, I
那
see
么，
the
请
correct
问大
answer. It's
家
medicine
还记
Buddha.
得上师提说往生位的
And
主
what
尊
about the main deity of the
是哪
deliverance
一位
altar?
吗？哎，对，大家都有在复习以及听课。
Okay,
对，
great.
往
I
生
see
位
that
的主
many
尊
people
是阿弥陀
have
佛。
revised the lesson or were paying attention. Yes, the main deity of the deliverance
大家都
altar
很积
is
极的
Amitabha
把答
Buddha,
案写上来，谢谢大
and
家的互
everyone's
动。
very enthusiastic in posting your answers. Thank you everyone for
所以
participating
上
in
周
this
上师讲解
interaction.
法会令牌的形制与法义，从主尊的安
She
奉
also
令牌
covered,
上
Master
的
Ling
文
also
字内
covered
容
the
到
edict
安位前
tablets
的每一个细
from
节，
the
都如此
characters
形
written
式
on
有
the
于形
tablets
式。那上师提醒我
to
们，
the way the ceremony is
安
carried
位
out.
很
It's
重要
not
的关
just a
键在于
formalistic
行者
procedure.
的意念是否真正与令牌所承载的法义相应。
One of the
同
keys
时，理
is
朝法会
whether
的意义
the
也仰赖道场大
mind
众共同修
is
持、同信
corresponding
一
to
念，
the
以
content of
亲
the
近
edict
本愿力
tablets
与道场的磁
and
场，摄召诸
the
佛菩
purity
萨、
of the mind,
护
as
法
well
圣
as
神
the
以及有缘的众生
energy
共
in the
同成
cultivation
就法会
venue
功德，以真正达到名扬两利的殊
to pull
胜
off
利
a
益。
ceremony that's efficacious and truly benefits the
那
living and
相
the
信透过
deceased.
上周理论课的
I'm
学习，
sure
再加上今
after
天我
last
们
week's
复习的课
lesson
程，
and
不但能够
tonight's
了解 延
practical
伸为回
lesson,
向的法
we will
义，
be able
我
to
们更
answer
能进一
the
步的学习函
significance
拜
of
唱
the
诵。
longevity
那接
altar,
下来
and
呢，就让我
we
为
will
大
also
家
learn the
介绍今
chanting
晚的
of
课程重点。
the ritual
那
procedure.
今
Let
晚的
me
课
go
程
over
重
the
点
main
呢，包
points for
括是
tonight's
生活
class.
中与汉
It
传
will
佛教
cover
之延伸为
a
往生位的
comparison
逆回
of
对照。
the longevity altar
汉
and
传佛
deliverance
教的
altar
往
ritual
生位逆
procedure
回，
in
不
Shubra
单
school
是回
and
向，
also
而是分为
Chinese
三种：
Buddhism.
安慰、见识、回向。
There are three
安慰
parts.
见识与施食有何异同？那上周上师也有跟我们说，这周将为我们详细
To
的解说见识。
the longevity
那我们一
and
起期
deliverance
待上师今天
altar
的解说。 还
rituals.
有就是南无真佛
There's the
寿
altar
信仰地
installation or
菩萨及
invocation,
一般
memorial
与
food
藏
offering,
寿
and
的
memory
教解。
dedication.
慢
And what
板
is the
以及
difference
快
between
板，
memorial
我
food
们大
offering
家期
jianshi
待也为
versus
上师细致的
shishi food
讲解。
offering, right? Or offering of
那相
blessed
信呢，
food?
透过今晚的
What
课
is the
程， 大
meaning
家
of
不但
Namo
能
the
够学会
Bodhisattva
唱
who
诵，
increases
更能
fortune,
了解
blessings,
这
and
一段唱
lifespan?
诵与法经背后的法义。
Versus
未来在道
Namo the
场学习
Bodhisattva
法
of
义
the
时，能够更
Bodhisattvas
加
of the
庄
cool
严，
and
更
refreshing
加的
realm.
如法。那
And
另
I'm
外
sure
呢，
that
也再
after
次提
attending
醒
these
大家，
lessons, your
今天课程结束
practice
后，
of the
同样
rituals
会有大合照的环
will
节，
be
请大
even
家
more
记
in
得打
accordance
开
with the
你的摄
Dharma,
像头，一
and
起留下
it will
今
also
晚
be
珍贵
carried
的
out
学
properly.
习回忆。那之
So
后呢，大
at the
家
end
也
of the
欢迎
lesson,
打
there will
开你
also
的
be a
麦克
group
风，一
photo
起向授课导师表达感恩。
taking,
今天晚上我们
and
将
please
会
turn
有
on
两
your
位
video
的互
cam
动
so that we
员，
can
是来自
have
马
a
来西亚
keepsake
的
of
Audrey 师姐，
the
以及来自
session.
马来西亚的修
We
清
have
师
two
姐。
volunteers from Malaysia tonight.
那现在
Sorry,
呢，
Dharma
让我们慢
Sister
慢的
Audrey and
把
Dharma
心情
Sister
安住
Shulting.
下来，
And let's
放
quieten our
下今
hearts,
天工作的忙碌，放下生活
let
中的
go
烦
of
恼，
the
调整一下自己
afflictions
的
in our
呼
daily
吸
life,
以
any
及坐姿，
um,
用一颗最清
troubles
净、
from work,
最恭敬、最专注的
and
心，迎
with
接
a
今晚
most
殊胜的
reverent
课
heart, a
程。
most pure
现
and
在时间马上
peaceful
来
heart,
到
let's
台湾的
welcome
时间8点整，
the teaching master.
让
It
我
is
们
now 8
恭
p.m.
敬的
sharp
欢迎监
Taiwan
委
time,
会会
and
长
let's reverently welcome the
莲
TBF
花成子
chairman,
上师，教育处处
Master
长
Liu Hua
联合上
Chengzu, the
师。
TBF
今晚
Education
的授
Department
课导
Director,
师
Master
是
Lian
两位
He,
上师，
and
以
also
及
the
各位
teaching
上师、
master
教
for
授
tonight,
师、
Master
法
Lian
师、
Wei,
讲
and
师、
all
部
Master
长、
Senior
YouTube、
Reverends,
Zoom、
Reverends,
Facebook 线上
um,
的所有同门，
Dharma
大家
instructors,
吉
Dharma
祥。现
assistants,
在让我们
Dharma
以最热烈的掌
siblings
声，并且可
all
以
around the
在留言
world,
区打上
and the
111，
most
我们 们恭
The
请释
warmest
灵威
round
上
of
师
applause.
带
Please
领
type
大
in
家
111 in the chat
顶礼真
to
火光传
welcome
承，
Master Liang
开始
Wei
今晚精彩
and
课
lead
程。
tonight's session.
好，请大家双手合十。
Okay, everyone, please put your palms together and let us wholeheartedly pay homage to our lineage true guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian
光
Shen,
历代传承祖
True
师
Buddha School lineage gurus,
坛城三宝，
the triple gem with the three jewels of the altar,
手结莲花铜钱
and
水，
form the Padma Kumara Mudra.
观想根本传承上师
Visualize
莲生圣尊驻点
His
放
Holiness
光
Living
加
Buddha Lian
持，
Shen above the crown of your head, shining light
此
to
次
bless
授课吉祥
tonight's
解脱，
lesson to be auspicious and
同
complete,
善信
and
摄受
Dharma
无
siblings
碍。
and devotees will be able to absorb the content of the lesson. Let's recite the mantra 7 times to pray for the great lineage blessing.
Om Ah Hom Guru Be Ah Hu Sasamaha Lian Shen Siddhi Hom. Om Ah Hom Guru Be Ah Hu Sasamaha Lian Shen Siddhi Hom. Om Ah Hom Guru Be Ah Hu Sasamaha Lian Shen Siddhi Hom. Om Ah Hom Guru Be Ah Hu Sasamaha Lian Shen Siddhi Hom. Om Ah Hom Guru Be Ah Hu Sasamaha Lian Shen Siddhi Hom. Om Ah Hom Guru Be Ah Hu Sasamaha Lian Shen Siddhi Hom. Om Ah Hom Guru Be Ah Hu Sasamaha Lian Shen Siddhi Hom. 好，各位上师、教授师
Okay, masters, senior reverends, Dhamma instructors, Dhamma assistants, Dhamma brothers and
好，刚
sisters.
刚这个
Good evening to everyone.
助教已经讲了哈，
Just now,
那大家
Dharma
已经都
assistant
知
Mei
道
Ping
身
has
位
already mentioned,
老
and
中
we
师
know
的
that
好好恒
the
药师佛
being deity of the longevity
阿
altar
弥陀佛。那上
is
次呢，我
always
们还有讲到这个令牌，
medicine Buddha, and the main deity of the deliverance altar is
拜
always
忏令牌哈。
Amitabha Buddha, and there are also edict tablets.
跟主尊就
When you
至少比较不会有错哈，因为很好玩的是，礼拜天我去帮一个同门的
draw the edict tablets, on Sunday I went to
要
help
求
a
到到场的时候，
Dharma
就说
sibling
要去看令牌，法师有没有画对哦，所以他们现在都已经很清
with
楚了。身为王者的
a
话，
Buddhist
令牌
service,
上面是要有
and
阿弥
the
陀
Dharma
佛
sibling
的
actually
哈。
said that they wanted to take a look at the edict tablet to check that the reverend had drawn it correctly. So on the edict tablet, apart from Amitabha Buddha, sometimes they also write the three sovereigns, which is Amitabha Buddha, Buddha Mother of the Tripon, and Keshigarbha Bodhisattva. So the center deity always is Amitabha Buddha. You can't change it to Golden Mother of the Jade Pond. And after understanding the main deities and also the content of the edict tablets, we are now going to cover the content so that of the phrases so that you know what you're singing, and
OK， 好，所以
it is more meaningful.
好，所以我们在安
So
颂位的时候，有没有这个检视
when we are
前行跟
installing the altars or sending
考量？那
off
密教的话，应该是有的话会更圆满。好，
or
好，
carrying out
因
the
为
sending off
正
ritual,
行在延伸位往生位，哈，如仪安位的时候，我们要在行进的
the
当
main
中
sequence,
动，比如说我们
when we are carrying out the procedure,
做完
we need to first move from the main altar. After you finish the basic beginning sequences of beginning sequence, so there is a sequence first from the longevity altar and then to the deliverance altar.
完成到移步到 到延伸位的当中，我们要持佛号，把我们的心
From
摄
the
住，才不会我们边
main
走受
altar to the longevity altar, you have to continually chant mantra to absorb your mind to maintain concentration.
唱南无药
What do
师
we sing when we are moving from the main altar to the longevity altar? You sing Namo Medicine Master
我
Tathagata.
们可以唱，我稍微示范一下哈。
Just a quick
这
demonstration.
你们应该都会哈。南无药师如来，南无药师如来，南无药师如来，南无药师如来，南无药师如来。所以我们到延伸位之前，我们就开始摄
So
心。
before reaching the longevity altar, you have already started to focus or absorb your mind by chanting Namo Medicine Master Tathagata Namo Yashi Rulai. The other alternative is Namo Xiao Zai Yan Shou Yashi Fo. Both are fine. So this is Namo Medicine Master Buddha who dispels disasters and prolongs lifespan. And it's not possible for people who are chanting and walking to hold the singing bowl with them when they are moving. So they use the guiding bell, or otherwise known as the willow chime, to indicate. There are also Dharma instruments at the longevity altar or deliverance altar, but when you're walking between the altars, you're not able to carry the singing bowl. So now let me demonstrate the alternative, Namo Medicine Buddha, who dispels disasters and prolongs lifespan.
南无消灾延寿药师佛，南无消灾延寿药师佛，南无消灾延寿药师佛，南无消灾延寿药师佛，南无消灾延寿药师佛。好，那刚刚南无药师来，我忘了敲引磬哈，再一次哈。南无药师，大家可以跟着一起唱哦，不要只有听
You
我
can
唱
also
哦。
follow along and chant together. Visualize Medicine Master Buddha.
南无药师如来，南无药师如来，南无药师如来，南无药师如来。好，我们现在到了延伸位，对吗？到的时候先问讯。
So when you first arrive, you would bow
我们现在就
问讯
安位，对吗？安完位的时候
and then do the Anhui installing of the altar or invocation ritual. And you would also
这个是到延伸位
问讯 again.
那如果要到延伸位，已经安慰完，要到往生位的行进当中呢，我们就要唱南无阿弥陀佛哈。
From the longevity altar to the deliverance altar, you would chant Namo Amitabha Buddha.
南无阿弥陀佛，南无阿弥陀佛。好，到了往生位问讯。
Okay, so at the deliverance altar, you would Wenshun bow again
安慰或者送位。
and then start the installation or the de-installation.
然后你回到从往生位要回到主坛城的时候，
From the deliverance altar,
所以我们刚刚
going back to the main altar, you can also chant Namo Amitabha Buddha.
行程当中，我们就已经开始
So
在中
going toward the
好
deliverance altar, you would already be in your mind invoking Amitabha Buddha.
再来
So this is the mantra, the chanting of Buddha's name during the moving between altars.
问讯，好好。
When you're about to depart from that altar, you would also Wenshun.
同样
And after you arrive at the main altar, you would pay homage to the main altar and make up for any errors or omissions by chanting the 100 syllable mantra and finish off with the ending sequence. So Sutrayana Buddhism, they don't have these beginning and ending sequences, but for Tantric Buddhism, we do have these rituals. So I would still recommend that you chant the 100 syllable mantra to simply to make up for any errors or omissions. So let's first take a look at the ritual procedure. They are divided into 5 main sections. So we would first begin with Zeng Fu Shou Pusa, which is Namo the Bodhisattva that increases blessings and lifespan. Then you would have 3 chants of Namo Medicine Buddha. Namo Medicine Buddha who dispels disasters. If it's deliverance altar, it would be the Buddhas, the Bodhisattvas of the Prajna Assembly. So there are 4 mantras for each respective altar dedication. For the longevity altar, it would be Medicine Buddha's mantra, and then the 3 mantras, food transformation, Amrita, and universal offering. And for the deliverance altar, it would be Amitabha's rebirth mantra plus the 3 mantras. So for the longevity altar, it's Yuan Chen Zan, which is the natal destiny praise. So here you can see clearly that it's 3 chants of Namo Medicine Buddha and also the Medicine Buddha's mantra. So it tells us, it reveals that the main deity of the longevity altar is Medicine Buddha. For the deliverance altar, we would chant Namo the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the Prajna Assembly. And what is different between these 2 ritual procedures is that in the deliverance procedure, there is the singing or chanting of the Heart Sutra. There is a deep, profound meaning within, and we'll cover this later. The main deity of the deliverance altar is Amitabha Buddha, because there is the rebirth mantra of Amitabha Buddha, and there's also the Amitabha Buddha praise. And the dedication is directed toward rebirth, aspiration for rebirth in the Western Pure Land of Ultimate Bliss. And after everything is over, we would sing an overall merit dedication verse. So now let's take a look at a comparison table, a chart that compares the deliverance and the longevity altar. So the sequence or the structure of both ritual procedures is, number 1, it would sing the Buddha, the Bodhisattva name, then it will be the name of the Buddhas, and then sutra chanting for the deliverance altar. Then it followed by number 3, it's mantra. Number 4 is singing of praise, Yuan Chen Zan and Mi Tuo Zan for deliverance, and then followed by the dedication verse. So the melody for both are similar. So if you know how to sing for one of the ritual procedures, then you will know the melody for the other. And this is another chart. And what I've done is to just hold on a second while I retrieve some material. Okay, so if you look at the chart, the table, it's a comparison between True School and Chinese Buddhism's longevity altar and deliverance altar. And the material is derived by 佛教基金会, which is Buddhism Foundation in Taiwan. So you can go to their foundation prints a lot of these Dharma treasures, which are complimentary, and you can find a copy, the physical copy, or an electronic version. So the content was derived from this source, and on Fomen Kesong, the recitation sutanas of Buddhism. So in general, for True Buddhist school versus Chinese Buddhism, the main difference is that there are mantras in True Buddhist school. So for the longevity altar, Anwei equals Hui Xiang. So Anwei is altar installation or the invocation ritual equals to merit dedication. And they also don't chant sutras, but they don't chant the three mantras of full transformation, Amrita mantra, and universal offering mantra. But in Tantric Buddhism, we do it because we pray for Buddha's blessing to transform the food, bless the Amrita, and also visualize it transforming infinitely. So each tradition has its own way or method, and so we're not going to criticize or judge on this, but it's just to make ourselves aware. So what is more different is for the deliverance altar, there are actually there are three parts to the deliverance altar. First, we do the altar installation, the anwei, and then we do the memorial food offering. What is jianshi? We'll cover this later. And at the end, we do the merit dedication, which it could include the songwei, which is sending off, or the de-installation. In Chinese Buddhism, they actually separate out these three components into three separate rituals. The chanting is similar, but in True Buddha school, the anwei is combined with jianshi, combined with hui xiang. So altar installation combined with memorial food offering, combined with merit dedication. So it's much more concise. So True Buddha school's part, it's written in blue. The part that is in pink refers to what is carried out in Chinese Buddhism. And so to us, it might seem a bit complicated, but they're doing this every day. They follow their ritual procedure, and it becomes their tradition. They can memorize it easily after daily chanting. So let's take a look at their jianshi and so number one, for Bodhisattva's holy name, True Buddha school and Chinese Buddhism, we would both chant the name of Namo Bodhisattva of the pure and refreshing realm. And for Buddha name 2.1, True Buddha school, we would sing the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas of the Prajna Assembly, but for Chinese Buddhism, they would invoke Amitabha Buddha of the Western realm, Western Pure Land. For sutra chanting, for we would recite the Heart Sutra, which is the same as what they chant when they do Anwei and Jianshi, but for their merit dedication, it's slightly different. So, rebirth mantra, True Buddha school, we recite it 7 times, but for Chinese Buddhism, they recite the mantras 3 times for each of their separate rituals. And so because it's the main deity, we will recite it 7 times. But for the food transformation, Amrita, and universal offering, we recite it 3 times. Their praise verse is different for each. The Chinese Buddhism praise verses are different for all 3 separate rituals. So their anwei is 断疑生信, 见识 is 莲池海味 Ocean Assembly, or Lotus Pond Ocean Assembly, and their 回向, their dedication is Amitabha Buddha. So their merit dedication, they don't have one for 见识, but the other 2. So those are the similarities and differences. In Chinese Buddhism, it seems as though they divide it they divide it in detail, but the basic principle is generally the same for True Buddha school or Chinese Buddhism. So we mutually respect each other. It's okay. It's just that in True Buddha school we combine everything. So we're not making judgments or criticizing anyone. So please remember this. And now let's talk about 见识, memorial food offering. What is the difference between 见识, anwei, and 回向? So let's look at these 3. For anwei, the alt translation is we are trying to invoke the spirits of the deceased to come to arrive and dwell peacefully at this place. And usually it's before a Dharma ceremony. It's carried out before a Dharma ceremony, or when you go to a Kishigarba hall or the Western realm at Taoyulicang Temple and you're enshrining your ancestors' tablet. At that time, it's just anwei or rutar in ornament of the ashes or enshrinement of the ancestors' tablet. And what is 见识? It means you're giving Dharma food, you're offering food to the deceased so that the deceased, the spirits can depart from hunger and fear and increase in wholesome affinities, and the living will, through this offering, be able to accumulate resources for blessings. So these can be done at the funeral parlors in Taiwan. In Taiwan, they would actually ask, do you want to, for the 49 days, the 7 days of the 7 weeks, which is 49 days, do you need us to provide food every day on a daily basis? In our school, at the Kishigarba Hall, this is also done on a daily basis in True Buddha school. So the third part, 回向, merit dedication, it means that relying on the power of aspiration, we are directing the merit to rebirth in the Pure Lands. So if it happens that somebody just passes away immediately or suddenly, then it would be such a pity. So we have to direct the dedication of the merit to rebirth in the Pure Lands. When we sing the offering verse, how do you say the offering verse? Suddenly I forgot. My mind just drew a blank.
种种珍奇诸功德，消业速速证菩提，我们就马上回向了。
消业速速证菩提 is the dedication. So you're praying you're dedicating the offering to your karmic hindrances being cleared and swiftly attaining bodhi or enlightenment. So if something suddenly happens and you encounter misfortune, if you're dedicating merit on a regular basis, then it allows you to accumulate resources for just in case anything happens suddenly. So, for Sutrayana tradition, they will do the merit dedication at the close of each day. So at noon they do 见识, at night they do 回向. So 见识, memorial food offering at noon and merit dedication at night. So the key points, for instance, in Urnman or the conclusion of the 49 days or 1 year after the deceased the passing of the deceased. So in Chinese Buddhism, there are these the three components are separated into three parts. So after hearing so much about 见识, what is the difference between 见识, which is memorial food offering, versus 施食, which is offering of blessed food? So both are about using food to benefit beings. But there are differences in the recipients and also the merit dedication. In terms of the Dharma significance, 见识 is carried out in front of the deliverance altar, and there are specific recipients. Who are the intended recipients? They are the spirits registered for a Dharma ceremony or the ancestors on the tablets. So these are very intended specific recipients, and they have a place to stay, which means that they have a place that they can abide. There's a tablet that they can, so it's different from. So the lianwei here refers to the lotus tablet. It's different from master lianwei, so it's different. And for 施食, which is the offering of blessed food, the purpose is universal offering, and there is no specific intended recipient. So it's like offering on a vast basis. And if they come like the great golden winged Garuda, ghosts and spirits in the wilderness, or Rakshasa and Hariti, so it could only if they come then they receive. So it could be a different batch of beings that come each day, and the main point is universal offering with a mind of equality. So these are the differences. And at Taiwan Temple, taking that as using Taiwan Temple as an example, during the noon offering, the venue and the ritual procedure demarcates the two components. So after the offering to the Buddhas is carried out, the offering of blessed food, the 施食, is carried out outside the temple. And for 见识, the memorial food offering that's carried out at Xifangqing, which is the Western realm, or otherwise referred to as Kishgarbha Hall, to the spirits of the columbarium niches or tablets. So those are for specific beings. And so the main differences in terms of the key points are 见识 is for specific beings, and for 施食 it's for universal offering to beings with a mind of equality. So there are 5 different parts for each ritual procedure, whether longevity or deliverance altar. The first part is the Bodhisattva's sacred name. And so we are adjusting or regulating our mind. And you might be wondering, why do we need to tame and regulate our minds? It's both for ourselves as well as for the intended recipients. So the sequence of the ritual procedure For longevity altar, the main purpose is to increase blessings and longevity for the living. So we would chant the name of Namo the Bodhisattva, who increases blessings and longevity, lifespan. And then you chant 3 times Namo Medicine Master Buddha, who dispels disasters and increases prolongs lifespan. And we are depending on Medicine Buddha's vows to direct as a focal point. And the name Zeng Fu Shou Pusa is often seen in 慈悲药师宝忏, which is the compassionate medicine master repentance, or other medicine Buddha Dharma practices. So it can be seen or deduced that this is one of the Bodhisattvas in the assembly of Bodhisattvas in Medicine Master's retinue, Medicine Master Buddha's retinue. Number 2, the purpose of chanting is to, when we chant the 3 Buddha names, it will help us to absorb our minds and also clarify the purpose. So it is to increase benefits. You are increasing fortune, blessings, as well as longevity. And these are resources that will allow you to continue on or sustain your spiritual cultivation. So although you are praying for benefits in this current lifetime and you're a good environment to practice your cultivation, etc., it's not just lifespan, but it's also praying for the alleviation of sicknesses. You're praying for good health so that you can benefit beings greatly. So when your body is healthy, it's not just good health so that we can do bad things, but it's good health so that we can continue our cultivation and help other beings. So Fu and Shou. Fu is blessings or fortune. Shou is longevity. They don't appear out of nowhere. The cause for these are abiding by precepts, generosity or giving, protecting life. And only then can when you have these good karma, you can increase benefits and they can aid you in your spiritual cultivation. So it's not that when you have good health, then you go around entertaining yourself, drinking alcohol, or indulging in play, etc. That's not the point. Okay, number 2, for the deliverance altar, we are chanting the name of Namo Qing Liangdi Pusa, which is Namo the Bodhisattva of the refreshing and pure and refreshing realm. And so this pure and refreshing realm means you have departed from all kinds of searing afflictions, the heat of afflictions. So your mind is at a pure realm. I recall that I have shared with everyone, I'm not sure whether it's with you or some other group of fellow Dharma siblings. Qingliang is, for instance, if someone passes away and the spirit still has a lot of the heat of afflictions, has a lot of enmity or anger or any of the 3 poisons, then that being will still not be able to go to the Pure Land. So they would need to continue to be reborn in samsara, the human realm, or other realms. So when you are hindered by the heat or the fire of all these afflictions that will prevent you from rebirth in the Pure Land, so the Bodhisattva of the pure and refreshing realms is very important. In Sushayana tradition, in the Jing Tan, they would chant 3 chants of this Bodhisattva's name. So you would see it in that ritual. And there are 3 functions. First, you regulate your mind. Second, you open up your wisdom. And third, you direct or conclude. So the first level is, first we try to extinguish the afflictions, the heat or the fire of these afflictions. And you seize the spirit's fear, their attachments, and you transform their mind toward abiding in clarity and purity, and they can so that they can receive the Dharma. And the second level is the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas of the Prajna Assembly, the Heart Sutra. They need to allow them to be able to accept the Dharma milk of Prajna. So why do we chant the Heart Sutra? This is to help them to open up their wisdom. The spirits need to first reach the level of refreshing purity, and then they can open up their wisdom. They can let go of attachments to conventional life. They can let go of ignorance, and their mind can move from attachments towards liberation. The third level is the deliverance mantra, the lotus pond praise, the dedication verse, which directs that aspiration to be reborn in the Pure Land, the fruition, the fruit. So this is when your mind has been tamed to gentleness, and the light of wisdom manifests. You are praying for the Trinity of the Pure Land of the West to receive the beings, to guide them to the Pure Land of ultimate bliss, and they can be reborn there. So after you understand, we hope that the chanting can truly allow you to be focused. The praises will allow you to absorb your mind in the chanting. And keys to chanting, so I will move a bit faster. The melody and the speed, we will teach both the slow tempo and the fast tempo versions, but I hope that, or I recommend that you chant the slow tempo versions, which will allow the participants to more easily stabilize their mind and qi. It's easier for them to visualize. But even if you chant the fast tempo version, try not to sing it overly fast, because if you sing it too fast, then you are not able to truly visualize the Bodhisattva. There is no invocation power. You're not able to sincerely invoke the Bodhisattva, the deity, to descend. Because now you understand the importance of purity, refreshing purity, pure, and you need to, if you sing it too fast, there is no way for you to truly, sincerely invoke the Bodhisattvas. So you have to invoke wholeheartedly, and its successful invocation depends on how focused your mind is and whether you are clear of the intent of the ritual. Your mind, the sound that you're emitting, the aspiration, the 3 need to merge as one. So every word needs to be imprinted in your mind. When you sing it, when you emit that sound needs to be imprinted on your mind, and your mind power, it's focused on the deity that you're invoking. Then you will truly be able to call upon this deity to descend. And that sincerity, that sincere reverence is the basic foundation, the root for yogic correspondence. So if you are not able to if you only sing in a formalistic manner, on a superficial manner, and you'll not be able to call upon the deities. So now let's learn the melodies for chanting these dedication verses.
好，我们先放一下常人上师唱的。
So let's first listen to Ayushma Changren's slow tempo version. And the two volunteers who are taking part tonight, Dharma Sister Audrey and the other Dharma Sister, please stand by. And let's first listen to the audio recording by Master Changren. When you're singing the slow tempo version, you might suddenly find that how come some parts are similar to the slow tempo version of the incense praise. So something simple is that it's like a simplification of the incense praise. So the incense praise, some parts they would sing it 4 notes in some areas, but like the dedication verse here had the notes are reduced to the melody is reduced to 2 notes. But there are similarities and differences. And let's first listen to Ayushma Changren's version. You can use both your hands to tap on the table to the rhythm.
Nam mô Tạng Phúc Ốc Sâu Ai Phô Ai Mô Ai Nam mô Tạng Phúc Sâu
So something to point out to everyone, do you see Zhengfu show at the bottom? I wrote 3553. That's the notation for the starting note. And underneath the middle part, 35_3. And for LSCTT on the left, 3565, 3535. 3 different units or 3 different groups of people singing. Is the starting note is different for each.
OK 好，2个平音真好。那清凉地那边呢，理论上也是要清音，对不对？没有哦。
So the starting note for the deliverance mantra should theoretically be the same.
然后第2个唱的是清音。总之，我现在附的这个音档是3565的这个音档是清音，这个音哈，我们稍微听一下，知道有这个音档就好了。播一下
，You can listen to it so that you have an idea and awareness of it.
所以是3565，这个是简谱哈。我大概写不一定是对的。
The numbers are at the bottom are the musical notation. Might not be fully accurate, but it's something like that.
常人上师好像常常会有这个叠音出现，就像我们在唱4皈依的时候，字 字归一的那个字字，它会有2个叠音哦。
So, Ayushma Chang'an's version, sometimes it, like the fourfold refuge, the first character 字, that note has that kind of quality at the end. I'm also not entirely sure who
误解错，然后唱出来的就起音就不一样了。好，所以当时我在佛学院教的时候
sang the audio recording for Seattle Temple's version, but what happens is that as a result, sometimes people might mistake it as
听懂我意思吗？常人上师唱的是我是真夫。好，所以如果只是把它拉
So there are slight differences between Ayushmat Chang'an's version and the way I chant it.
错了哈，应该是这样，好不好？好，那我们还是以常人上师唱的为主。那清凉地
So we will follow Ayushmat Chang'an's version.
1分钟我才录好。
Before the lesson, I made another audio recording, which
学的网页是这个礼拜只有放延伸位的资料，下个礼拜
So for this week's lesson, only the longevity altar materials are put up, and next week the deliverance altar materials will be shared. So Qingliangdi, we don't have Ayushmat Master Chang'an's version, so we can only refer to this version.
阿芳师姐先把2位学员的荧幕先放出来。
Okay, so please spotlight the 2 Dharma sisters who are going to interact and volunteer tonight. Please play the audio recording first.
暂停。那个修庆师姐跟
Okay, please pause.
你们有
Shou Qing
的慢版吗？
Dharma sister, have you sung and Dharma sister Audrey, have you both sung the slow tempo version
好 ，Audrey 师
of
姐
this
先
chant
唱过
before?
慢版，
Yes?
在道场跟着唱是不是？
道场没有，对，第一次。
哦，第一次哦。那修庆师姐是在道场跟着唱是吗 ？OK， 好，那修庆师姐你先试着唱一次看看。
Dharma sister Shou Qing has sung it at a cultivation venue, and Audrey, Dharma sister Audrey is singing this for the first time.
你们要唱，你们是唱3个音的，还是唱常人上师那个4个音的？修庆师姐，听不到你的声音，可能你的那个麦克风要稍微大声一点点。
大声吗？
啊，现在有听到了 ，OK。你是唱3个音的，还是4个音的起音？
因为跟着唱，也不记得几个音了。
好，那你就看看你想要唱几个音，我们先听听看，这样也挺好的。
这幅上次我忘记了怎么办？你帮忙我。
对，好，我们学3个音好了，好不好？3个音比较简单，因为它那个是叠音的。好，真，如果是叠音的就真，有点很容易唱错，我们唱3个就可以了哈。因为起音呢，举腔都是尾挪在举腔，那个部分只有他一个人唱。
So we will try the 3 notes version because Master Ayushma Chang'an's version is Diayin, which means the notes are stacked. So stacked on top of each other. So it sounds like 4 notes. but if it's 3 notes, it's simpler. So, in general, we can just learn the 3-note version. Come, let's try.
好，我唱一句，你们唱一句哈。
好，谢谢。
Okay, let me sing once and you can follow along.
好，我再唱一遍。真福寿啊，好，萨普爱萨普萨普爱萨好，暂停一下哈。好，暂停一下。这里有一个问题，就是我很怕
please pause a
把
bit.
萨
I'm concerned that you might sing the sa like the incense praise version. Let me sing again.
你不能唱成乡赞哦，你就唱很多音，你就跑去乡赞去了。
If you sing too many notes, you end up singing the chant, the incense praise chant. So
第三格呵的第三格那里有个圈圈，对吗？
the third
那里要
square.
注意哈，第三格唱
There's a circle there.
摩和萨，你不能唱成摩
You sing it with an even
就
tone
会变成如香赞。
instead of
所以
many notes, otherwise it will become the tune of the incense praise.
第三格
The he, which is Master and her's he, you would
两个都是一样的音，摩
sing
和萨
even tone notes. You can't sing the second version.
你就唱成香
That would become the incense praise melody.
好，所以我刚刚讲
Then you mix up the two tunes.
等于是香赞的简化版。
So
香赞有很多
this is like a simplified version of the incense praise verse. It's different in that way.
菩萨摩诃萨，好不好？后面就都一样了哈。那个 Audrey， 你自己也是两只手要试着跟着唱哦。
Okay, Dharma sister Audrey, you can try singing along
会唱错
and hitting the rhythm so that you won't hit it. You can also learn together.
手爱普爱萨爱摩爱摩平音对不对？摩摩诃萨南无真，后面就一样哈，两只手一起南无真福寿爱普爱萨爱摩爱摩摩 啊摩啊摩诃萨南无真福寿普啊爱萨爱摩爱摩放慢摩摩
Slow down.
萨好，所以现在大家就可以了解到，我们平常
Okay,
在
so
后
now
面
everyone
跟唱
understands that when we follow along, it's very easy to follow
是轮到自己
when
要
someone
唱
is
的时候，
leading. But when we ourselves have to
怎么
sing it,
又
then
怪怪的，对
it
不
would
对？
be like,
就是这样。
how come I know how to sing
修
it
静
together
师姐再
in a
试
group,
一次
but I'm not able to sing it now?
开麦克风，修静。
Dharma sister, Shosi, try again.
你唱到伽蓝站去了哦，有没有？有没有？是不是？
You have sung the melody for Sangarama
是哦
phrase. It's not that.
第二个音要往上，
The second note has to go up higher a little bit more.
看一下哦，真
福寿普萨。
要打拍子，普所以那个啊很重要哈。再一次，普萨
南无真福寿可以吗？
继续那个普再唱一次，普啊
普
普啊爱萨爱摩爱摩摩诃萨。好，可以。修静，所以大概会了，起音也大概会，所以你把那个普跟萨再练一次，可以吗？
Okay, now you know it roughly. Can you try the last part again?
就会唱出
Which
4拍。
instruments need
如果
to
没有打法器，就可能
coordinate?
只有唱2拍，
Then
因
you
为
will
刚刚普只有唱2拍，
be able to
对
sing
吗？
the
好，所
proper
以法
rhythm.
器要跟上。
You have to coordinate with the ritual instruments. Tempo, yeah.
好，现在是9点，我们大家再一起唱一遍。
Okay, now that it's 9 p.m., let's all chant together, and then we'll let Dharma Sister Audrey sing the fast tempo version later on. So please turn off your microphone, and then there won't be a problem of echoes. So everyone, you can use both your hands and tap on your table to follow along.
好，一起真好，真福寿普爱萨爱摩拉长音摩 有没有那个木鱼？第三格摩啊摩诃，连诃上师那个诃，第三格哈，摩啊摩诃萨，南无增福。我忘记了。那个忘记跟你们提醒，之后唱南无增福寿的那个增，就是我们回到
I forgot to remind everyone when we sing the 增福寿菩萨, you return to the 4 notes melody.
是不是4个音？增
So therefore it's for 增。
寿普哇爱萨爱摩爱摩摩平音哈，摩
An even note.
唱的你们可以听。
If you don't know how to sing it, you can listen to Changren Master Ayushma Master Changren's version. Or you can go to the TBSOU website. There are
常人上师是增2个55。好
So there are 2 different versions you can listen to. And now let's switch to Drama Sister Audrey. Siyangdi has the same melody, so we don't need to go over it. Let's play the music, and Drama Sister Audrey, please stand by.
南无诃萨，南无增福寿菩萨，南无诃萨，南无增福寿菩萨，南无诃萨。
关掉，不好意思哦，这个是我10多年前录的。
Okay, so this is audio recording from 10 over years ago, and the guiding bell is very harsh. So now that you can differentiate what is harmonious and graceful sound, you might find that a bit harsh. So the squares might be a little hard to follow, but you can just look at the text version. On the left side, from zeng, we are pressing the singing bowl. The first 2 words, Namo, are not chanted during the first chant, are not sung during the first chant.
增福寿菩萨，摩诃萨，南无增福寿菩萨，摩诃萨，南无增福寿菩萨，摩诃萨。好，注意哦，第一句没有南无。
Okay, so do take note, the first chant, Namo is not sung, only the second and third chants.
摩啊，好，停一下，摩啊摩诃萨。
那我重新来。
你只要先跟我唱摩啊摩诃萨， 摩阿摩诃萨，
摩阿摩诃萨，
摩阿，你那个啊唱错，摩阿摩诃萨，南无摩阿摩
摩萨，摩阿摩诃萨。
好，我再来 Audrey 再一次，真
真福寿菩萨，摩阿摩
摩来停，摩阿摩诃萨，有没有？你一直卡在那个啊，对不对？摩阿摩诃萨，南无
真福寿菩萨，摩阿摩诃萨。
摩阿，来停一下，摩阿摩诃萨，摩阿摩诃萨，
摩阿摩诃萨，
停，摩阿摩诃萨，
摩阿摩诃萨，摩阿摩诃
摩阿啊。好，我们现在时间已经9:07，我们再唱一遍，我们重复唱，我们不要看格子，因为格子看起来很乱哦。我们看隔壁这种没有格子的会比较清楚。我们再唱一遍之后 ，Audrey 再试试看好不好？你可能还不熟悉。
Because it's 9:07, so maybe because you're not familiar, so let's sing together all together one more time before Audrey tries again. So
再来练一次。
so let's all try one more time.
没有唱南摩哦，哈，从真开始唱。真福寿菩萨，摩阿摩诃萨，南无真福寿菩萨，摩阿摩诃萨，南无真福寿菩萨，摩阿摩诃萨。好 ，Audrey 再试一次，真福寿。
Okay, Dharma sister Audrey, try again.
真福寿菩萨，摩阿摩诃萨，南无真福寿菩萨，摩阿摩诃萨，南无真福寿菩萨，摩阿摩诃萨。
OK， 不错。摩啊，那个啊还是音有一点点跑调，已经接近了，好不好？摩
It's
啊
pretty close. There are still some the melody still runs off a little bit at some parts. You need to sing this part a bit clearer.
可以，我们大
But
家全部的人在唱最后一次。
let's all try one last time together and put in your whole mind. Don't sing too fast. And we try wholeheartedly to invoke Zengfu Shou Pusa to increase our blessings and longevity. Use
真福寿菩萨，摩阿摩诃萨，南无真福寿菩萨，摩阿摩诃萨，南无真福寿菩 萨摩阿摩诃萨。好，我们唱一下清凉地哈，因为我们刚慢板忘记唱清凉地。好，一样把意念放进去，请清凉
Let's sing the 清凉地Bodhisattva version, the Bodhisattvas of the pure and refreshing realm, and pray for the Bodhisattvas to extinguish their fires of affliction.
清凉地菩萨摩阿摩诃萨，南无清凉地菩萨摩阿摩诃萨。好，那如果还不熟的哈，修庆师姐跟 Audrey， 刚刚你们两个人还有一点点的地方，就是回去再去听音档。
Okay, so Dharma sister Audrey and Shoxing, there were some parts where your melody ran off, but it's the first time you're singing by yourselves without following someone else, so it's natural. And you would have to put in more effort to sing the chants. And our lesson will end here today, and we will continue with the Heart Sutra. And also the 3 mantras, the overall dedication verse next week. So that will be the content. And let's end our class here today and thank Grandmaster for his blessing. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to post them in the chat. Amitabha, thank you, Master Lian Wei, for your compassionate instruction tonight. And we learned not just the melody of the 2 chants, but we have a deeper understanding of the ritual procedure for the longevity and deliverance altar, and also the slow and fast tempo versions of the praises. So I'm sure everyone now has a deeper understanding, and we are now at the question and answer segment of the lesson. The first question from a reverend. During our Dhamma ceremony, if a person fills in a registration form by registering for wandering spirits, but on the edict tablet it says registered beings of the Dharma ceremony. So how do we deal with such a situation? Okay, so it's like this. Because we've already mentioned that for small-scale Dharma ceremonies, this is not an unbounded ceremony. We can't invite all spirits to the ceremony, because registration means that your name is on the form. The specific names are on the form. So Grandmaster is very compassionate, and he has allowed that. So for example, if somebody has a surname Lee and then they sign up for all Lee ancestors, this is already Grandmaster's compassion, but we can't register for all wandering spirits. That's not possible for a small-scale ceremony. So the event organizers need to take note of this. When collecting the registration forms, you need to slightly take a look at the forms and see if anyone is filling in such forms in this way. If they fill in wandering spirits of the 10 directions, then the organizers have to point it out to the people handling the forms need to point out to the person handing in the forms. So these forms cannot be accepted for the Dharma ceremony. So you can speak to that person kindly, nicely, and honestly, someone who would say this also needs to understand that what is compassion? It's not just altruistic intention, but the actual homework is given to somebody else. Yeah, you are asking like the organizers to do all the homework, the chanting of sutras, mantras, maybe for 7 days, 7 nights, but you can't just give rise to that heart, bodhicitta, but expect other people to do all the merit dedication. So I'm not sure. So there's an example where I'm not sure how much offering someone gave. It's also not the amount of offering somebody gives. It's like somebody who has cancer, they can't just visit the doctor once and recover. You have to continue visiting the doctor for many visits. And even Grandmaster had to barter deliver his own ancestors for many years before he was able to barter deliver them all. And the Dharma propagators of the cultivation venue dug out this form. A fisherman or a person who has chicken farms, they registered for all the chickens and fish, but that person also needs to do his own homework to pay off the karmic debt for the chickens and fish. How many times of the rebirth mantra and 100 syllable mantra, because there's a karma of killing involved. And so I think I gave him 3 kinds of homework. I didn't restrict the time he would need to complete the homework. It doesn't matter. But if you're able to do this homework, then we will accept your registration form. Otherwise, we wouldn't. So that was what I did for that case. If you want to register for certain group of beings, you have to put in the corresponding amount of homework necessary to help deliver them. If it's not possible to discover these sorts of registration forms in time, you can communicate with that fellow Dharma sibling later on. One more point related to this, because I've attended ceremonies by Dharma assemblies. Some people don't write all wandering spirits, but some cultivation venues, they might write of a particular cultivation venue, which translates to the beings of affinity with a cultivation venue. And however, this cultivation venue was frequented by XX in the past, and it has been around for 20, 30 years. So does that mean, what about the spirits that were related to XX? Are they spirits of affinity with the cultivation venue? Yes, and if you also write the beings of affinity with living Buddha Liansheng, then doesn't that mean you're inviting all beings of the 10 Dharma realms? Because Grandmaster has infinite emanation bodies. So, infinite Dharma bodies. So, you have to be very careful in writing these things. And you can't just write Yuan Zhongshen, which is beings of affinity, which is unrestricted. So, I have seen people write 连生活佛有缘众灵 means spirits of affinity with living Buddha 连生. So that would be like all Dharma realms. Thank you, Master, for your reply. The next question. If a temple is short-handed and only one person goes to do Anhui, which is translation or invocation ritual, and also to place the edict tablets, there isn't sufficient power. What can we do to make up for this, so that the altar installation can be more complete and fulfilled? So I'm sure that the cultivation venue has more volunteers, not just one. So you can choose a time slot where there are more people. you can't just, it's not possible for a cultivation venue to have just one person. I'm sure this problem can be overcome. You can also invite Dharma siblings to come and help.
真的是没有如果一个人安慰这一种事情会发生了。但是啊，
You can do it right before Dharma ceremony, etc., when more people are
在
present.
这个安慰 法会不谈那一堂课，我会讲，你放一个香炉在前
During
面，让
a later lesson,
自己去上
I will also further explain that all the Dharma ceremony assemblies, they can also you can also place an incense burner in front of the longevity altar or deliverance altar, and the Dharma ceremony participants can go to the respective altars to pray and invoke medicine Buddha as well, or their own ancestors, etc. So to carry out a Dharma ceremony, it's not possible for just one person. So
嗯，
the next
问
question,
的，请问上师关于法会令牌
regarding the Dharma ceremony edict tablets for means
可否
applicants,
多写
can they
父
write
母家族中多
the
名成员之冤亲
names?
债主在同一张令牌上？
Can they
二
write
就是有
the
善
karmic
心的
creditors
人，
of
若单独
multiple
出现牌
family
位在地
members?
藏殿，
The second question
上师
is
看不到旁边的那个字哦，可以
if enshrining the ancestors tablet
有
at
善
the
心问，若供
Kishikaba
祖
Hall,
先牌位在地藏殿，他自己本身
after 100 years, will the
这
person
个题是他自己
also
本身
have a
是不是也可以自动进去这个祖先的牌位？是，
will 100 years later be this person be able to also enter this tablet after passing?
好，那第一个
He
问题
himself
他讲令牌大供
is of folk
上面是
belief.
不是可以写家族中
I mean believes
一
in
般我
folk
看到的是
religion.
写个人啊，不然他就是写某某某。
Usually, for question one, Master Liwei replies, usually they will write
位置可以写很多人的名字嘛，哈。所以有些人就是写一个人，或者是写某某某合家。
so and so's karmic creditors or so and so's family, because there usually isn't that much space on the edict tablet to write the names of so many people.
还有吗？
The second question, I think Master Li replied that if the person has that intent and knows that there is such a tablet, then they would enter that or stay at that
好方法吗？
tablet. This next question is if one doesn't have sufficient confidence but is asked to lead chanting,
一旦放了音档之
can
后，
we play the audio recording of Master
性很奇怪
singing
就是
and follow
你一旦
along
放了
chanting? Is this a good method?
之后大家都
Master replies that if you play the incense praise audio,
你如果没有放
then it's likely that more than half the participants
后面跟着
will
跟着唱，这是很奇怪的
not sing. It's a very strange phenomena, but it's human nature. If you play the audio recording, people may not sing along. So at the very beginning, you can play the audio recording, but
这个是我观察
because if you play the audio recording, more than half of the participants will not open their mouths. And if they don't open their mouths, they don't chant, then they won't even give a rise to that mind or intention of invoking the deities to descend. So at the beginning, you can play the audio, but it's best to have somebody actually sing it or chant it.
那请问
And
好，示意解惑结束。
okay, so that's the end of the question and answer segment. And once again, we thank Master Lian Wei for her clarification of the questions. And now we're at the photo taking segment. And let me count down from 10, 9, 8,
7、
7, 6, 5,
3、
4, 3, 2, 1.
好，让我们再次感恩
Okay,
谢我们上师慈悲教
let's
导。
thank Master Liang Wei once
然
again
后
for
也
our
感恩
compassionate
今天的
instruction.
英语翻译
And
延安法师、
also
英
let's
语系副
thank
员春红师长。
Dharma
在
Assistant
上
Chun
面
Hong for
跟
assisting
助
on the
教，
English
也感
side
恩
and
所有
Dharma
参与课程
Assistant
的
Tu Cheng for
上师、
interpreting
教授师、法师、
the
讲师、
Indonesian
助
to
教以及
Indonesian,
世界
and
各
we
地的
thank
同
all
们，希
Dharma
望大家能够
propagators and
每
Dharma
多听
siblings
多
around the
唱多
world.
练习，
I
将今
hope
天
that
所学的
you
真正
can
应用在
listen
法
more,
律中，
chant
让
more,
我们日
practice
常
more,
的
and
每时
really
每
apply
地都
all
能
you've
展
learned
现
in
恭敬
your
与慈悲，利益更多众生。
Dharma
现在大家
duties.
都可以打开你的
And
麦克
now
风， 跟
everyone can
上
turn
师
on your
道谢，
microphone
也让我
to
们打上111，在感
thank
恩
Master
上
Liang
师的慈
Wei
悲授
and
课。
for her teaching.
开到麦克风吗？
谢谢两位上师，
不
谢
客气，谢谢两位上师，
谢谢
谢谢。
谢谢两位上
谢两位上
师。
师，谢谢。
不客气，
好，谢谢上师。
不一定每次都111啦，哈，这样我不好意思。
谢谢上师，上师晚安，下周再见。
好，健健晚安，
感恩上师，
不客气，启方助教哈 ，Audrey， 好，小林继续练习哦哈，好，
感恩上师，
中观堂的连秀，
晚安，
老师，好，晚安，
晚
安，谢谢上师，
谢谢上师，
好，大家晚安。
晚安，谢谢。
不客气，大家晚安哦。哈，记得要练习哈，练习才会变成自己的。哈，老钟师兄你很厉害啊，横为要师。老钟很认真的，真的。好，大家晚安哦。
晚安，
乌妹助教哈，下礼拜请假哈，出国 ，OK， 可以的，大家晚安哈。
晚安，
林红，好，
大家晚安，下礼拜见吧。
OK， 好，乌妹助教哈，感。哎，我眼睛看不太到，慧玲助教，然后少敏师姐哈，好，彩虹助教，不会，好，大家晚安，好了，谢谢，晚安，拜拜，谢谢，
非常感谢，
不客气，好，晚安，拜拜，
晚安，拜拜。